Welcome to Hive AV. This tutorial will review Versa 4K, automatic discovery, auto creation of the switching matrix, and using Versa as a control point. Versa is very powerful AV over IP encoder and decoder system. What makes it amazing is that you're able to create this matrix switch and use each one of these encoders or decoders as an audio output that's controllable or as a control point for IR, RS-232, or CEC. Let's begin with the auto discovery. I have a network right now with a bunch of encoders and decoders attached to sources and displays. We're all on the same network and everyone's already set up and it's on the same network as Hive. And I've factory reset this Hive touch so that we can see what it looks like when you first open it up, right? And go to devices, switchers, and 4K. And you can see, just like that, everything is here. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to add any of these or take any out. This is it's and and the labels are already here too. Just an interesting note. For now, there is a slight bug where you need to label all of these from the actual web page. So you're going to want to connect to these to give them a label, something other than this. Also, the group ID will follow whatever is set here. So you'll want to set the group ID either here or from the front with a little arrow up and down. Well, all I have to do is enable, and I'm done. I mean, if that's all I need is just switching, you can take a look at the switching right here, right? And if you want to drag and drop, you have to hold it down for about a second. Or you can simply just press and then source and then press display. This is just the test interface. Let's take a look at the end user interface by pressing the Hive AV button. And voila! If all we need is switching, then we have it. Also, we have more than just matrix switching. This is the DVM. Not sure how long this is going to be around, but we still have this as well. This was originally part of the app that came with Versa. So it's two different ways that you can do pretty much the same thing. Let's go back to our settings mode. I press and hold the cog for 3 seconds, and I return here. Now, if say I don't want all of these encoders or decoders to show up for control, I'm gonna need to disable the device finder. So I want to disable just the add all scan devices and press save. Don't disable auto scan for now. There's a small bug that we're still working on to get that working correctly. Okay, so we have our switch built. And if after disabling this device finder, I can delete these if I wanted, if only a certain number is supposed to be on a certain, in a room. You could have a huge building with hundreds of encoders and decoders, and we do, very large installs, and Versa will support that. So we got switching. How about other activities, right? Well, let's take a look at audio. So with audio, we can do a couple different things, right? Um, we can use Versa to control the line level out of a specific encoder or decoder, or we could use the RS-232 port to control something else, like say a DSP, right? Warning, right? Oh, what's this? What is this all about? Well, basically, we've had some issues that what happens is these encoders and decoders out of the box, they come in this pass-through mode. I've already changed mine to guest mode. This is what we want. We want everything set to guest mode. This way you can utilize the RS-232 port, generate codes for RS-232, IR, or do the CEC. So it's very important that you make this change. You hit apply, and it should be guest mode, right? And the boxes will do a reboot when you do that. And you should also probably set the baud rate there as well. We've still had some issues setting the baud rate from Hive, though we do support it. So now I just pick a box, and I'm able to just put in, let's say, any one of these is next to the biamp or whatever DSP, and we're connecting from Versa to the DSP, and then I just have to know the API for that DSP, and I'm able to control a slider, level up, down, and so on. But we're gonna do line level out, left and right, and you can kind of see what this looks like. And we'll do the Samsung display. That way, audio always follows video. So I know whatever is getting sent to the Samsung display, that line level out, I can plug that into an amp, and the audio will follow video for that display. And that's how we can easily do audio routing and control. If I want to test it, I just hit the test button, and you can see it just sent that value and go all the way up. Ooh, hope I don't blow anything up. And you can see if I come over here to audio, that it's quite similar, right? I think. There it is, 92. Perfect. All right, so we have our audio set. Well, let's create a couple power presets, right? And these presets don't have to just be Versa, obviously, but we're focusing on Versa. So click on the little pencil, and we'll go in here, and let's say on my two TVs, I got a scepter, and we're going to we have a lot of options here. We can control it RS-232, which I just kind of showed you what that looked like. Um, we could, and this would be that RS-232 port on this and decoder, and then you would connect that to the display. You would need to have the baud rate right and the API correct. Or you could do IR, right? We could do IR. Now this will take two different formats. It'll take either global caches format, which is a very specific hex, or it'll take a Philips Pronto, which is kind of older, but there's a lot of databases out there with these hex codes. You can go to Global Cache's database if you need to get these IR commands, but this is one way that you can control displays. CEC is my favorite. This is well tested, and I know it works. So let's just set it for both. And you notice that I hit copy. I hope I'm not moving too fast. And I was easily able to copy this, and all I had to do was just change the display or the decoder. Pressing X saves automatically here. And if I wanted to, I could test this right here by just pressing that play button, and then my display is turned on. Magic. Let's do the same for power off. And just like that, look at that. It's like Hive AV was made for Versa, and Versa was made for Hive AV. Vice versa. Great. So we have our power, we have our audio, we have our switching. We'll cover presets in the next tutorial. I'll go to my settings, to my Hive AV button. We'll go to the end user interface, and here we go. And just like that, I can press on, and both my displays turn on. I can do some switching here, and all my displays are turning to my camera input. I can go back and change everything back over to my Fire TV. Look at that. My levels are changing. I can mute if I wanted and unmute if I wanted. and I can shut everything off. One other note before I, this completes, you can change the order that the Versa encoders and decoders show up. It's not very easy, but you can do it. So basically, if I want my PC to be moved up, I just have to press and hold this for about a second and move it up, right? If I want, this my Samsung to move down, the same thing. So it's a small thing. Just wanted to kind of share that with you. We can go back to the end user interface page and complete our tutorial. Thank you for your time.